All right, man. Sorry, we're in dark mode. It's dark outside, so I wanted to kind of touch on a little bit of things of Lions that's going on, man. And let's talk a little bit, man. TJ Hockenson, he's left the game on crutches with a lower leg injury. Lions, first NFC team eliminated from the playoffs. And let's talk a little bit about Fire Patricia that's going around. Also on Twitter is trending. I encourage a lot of the brothers and sisters to get on Twitter, man. It's a good platform for news. It's kind of quicker than any other way I know. Even it's faster than the bell icon, hitting it on the Bleacher Report app. But let's talk about Hockenson, man. And you know what, man? He caught 6 catches today for like 18 yards. But with Hockenson, I predicted it to be slow. This is one of those things where it's like an annuity or a 401k or pension or maybe a high interest bank account is better. You probably get those more at the credit union, where right now it's going to be a marathon. But in the beginning of the marathon, then it's going to turn into a sprint. So with Hockenson, you know what? We need to see from him this season. All right. First game, that was obviously an anomaly for him. But as it started to slow down for Hockenson, man, it's a lot to learn from the tight end position, man. Mike Ditka still has the best statistical rookie tight end season, man. And that's a long time ago. Mike Ditka, old man now. So this shows you, man, and the position has become more complex. And what people don't understand is the reason why tight ends don't go so high is, you had another guy that the Lions won as well, too. A lot of fans, O.J. Howard, and he ain't really panned out with Tampa Bay because, once again, it's a position that's a marathon. But once these tight ends catch on, it's a sprint. You got to know blocking schemes, blocking audibles, with the line audibles. Then you got to know the routes. You got to know the tight end route. You might have to know the number 2 route. You might have to know the 3rd tight end route. Then you might do some fullback. Then you definitely in today's game got to know the slot. And then you might have to know the X receiver, the Y. Like, you got to know, like, every route pattern out there. It's just like a tight end may just be the next most important position after the quarterback and the left tackle because, you might have to chip. It's a patient position. Very, very patient position. You might stay in chip. You might stay in block. You might have to have games where you go out there, and every time you go out there, you're going out on the route. You might have some games where you got to stay in and block. So, at the end of the day, I think it doesn't matter for him. We got 4 games left. I think he understands the speed of the game now, the physicality of the game in the offseason. He might have to rehab for a second. He going to hit the weight room better. He going to understand the line better. He going to have better linemen next year probably. He going to understand how they bracketed him, was on coverage, how to sit down. He going to be comfortable in the offense. He served his purpose this year. He going to come back better next year. But I think year 3 is going to be the year you see Hockenson turn into like a Pro Bowl all pro. So he served his purpose. Mental reps is what he need right now. And I think these last 4 games probably missing him. And I even know if the injury minor, I probably held him out. He do more mental reps. He gonna be better going down the line. All right. With the Lions being eliminated, it doesn't surprise me. They lost to the Redskins, and when Stafford got out of there, I think things have been better than I predicted it would be for the Lions. I mean, Crisco Driscoll was well. David Block done well. Stafford was on his way to a career type of year before the injury tripped him up. But then again, that goes back to not having a left tackle or right tackle. If Jim Bob Cooter was still the offensive coordinator, Driscoll and Block wouldn't have done as good as they done so far, man. So, yeah, man. Darrell Bevel is a really, really good offensive coordinator that went overlooked because of one play in Seattle where they did the rub route and instead of handling it to Marshawn Lynch. But if it wasn't for Darrell Bevel, I don't think this team probably would have a win. And this just shows you how really good Matthew Stafford is. Without the running game, but with a credible offensive coordinator that can figure things out, he was better. The Lions really hurt his stock. And, we're going to have a discussion. What should they do with Stafford at the end of the season? And from Stafford's standpoint, you got to wait and see. If they keep Bob Quinn around and Bob Quinn is able to put pieces around him, maybe he want to stay. I know he don't want to leave and say it publicly, but with them being eliminated, man, tank season. You know what I'm saying? Tank time, man. See what you got in blog. The blog win some games, so be it. But there's nobody out there I'm looking to hold back, to be honest. Other than Hockenson, Tavai can be thrown in there. Maybe I hold Ham back if he's still injured. Trey Flowers, he make a lot of money, but maybe I hold him back so he can get fully healthy for next year. But I'm not upset with the season, to be honest. When you in your 30s like I am, you've seen it all. And if you've seen 0-16 as a Lion fan, even though I wasn't staying in the great state of Michigan then, I seen it all. Nothing can upset me. Nothing can surprise me. As a Lion fan, I'm always waiting for things to go wrong. No matter if we up by 50 or 100, it's just been embedded, and it's been a learned ability to see the Lions trip up and mess up no matter how big the lead or how successful they are. And, I'm not surprised. I think the team looked better on paper, but it's like a FanDuel lineup. You know what I'm saying? You put a FanDuel lineup in, and it looked beautiful. It looked like, Beyonce, Halle Berry, you know what I'm saying? It looked like Rihanna. It looked like Scarlett Johansson. I mean, it's a dime piece, Jessica Alba. And then by the time lock come in, your time lock in, about an hour later, it looked like Precious. So, I people say, oh, we got a hardcore opinion on the Lions. I just try to keep it real. I run my exact other channel the same way. I just try to keep it real. I don't know how to really curb my opinion, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to sports, because I look at sports as if I'm betting my own arm or betting my own child or betting my own money. That's how I look at it. I can only give you an honest opinion of what I really think. I can't really give you a fan opinion because I just never approached it as a fan. I never approached sports as a fan growing up. I watched so much sports. I was practically raised on sports more than Elmo and Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. So, everything I know from coverages to, to zones to whatever it may be, from basketball, football, baseball, tennis, I only can give you my honest opinion. And some people may want me to curve it. And if you want to listen to a curved opinion, it's a lot of good other sports channels out here in the great city of Detroit that if you want to hear the diluted stuff, you want your Kool-Aid watered down with not that much sugar in it. I mean, everybody got their acquired taste. You know what I'm saying? I never put a pistol to niggas' head and say, hey, listen to my channel. Like, if you listen, you listen. I do appreciate it. If it's too much, it's too much. But it's just the way it is. You can't please everybody. And if you looking at, people got a opinion or I don't like the way you do it, start your own channel. You know what I'm saying? Start your own channel. It's simple as that. But you will learn that, you can't please everybody. You know what I'm saying? You walk that line, you still gonna piss people off, on both sides. But the Lions being eliminated doesn't surprise me. I would rest some of my key guys that have been banged up. A lot of the young guys like Will Harris and Tracy Walker will continue to get reps. If I know I'm knowingly going to be in position to, and I'm gonna get rid of Darius Slay, then I will sit Darius Slay to protect him. But other than that, you're looking at Minnesota, the fight next week, Tampa, Denver, and Green Bay. So 2 home games, 2 road games, and you finish. But you see what you got. Bo Scarborough, he gonna be on the team next year. We know that. But young guys like that, we see what we got. But it got to be a complete overhaul. But this offseason talk. But being eliminated, it doesn't really bother me. Doesn't really shock me. I've just been waiting for that 1 year where, it's our year to make it to the Super Bowl. But I don't jump ship for my teams. You know what I'm saying? It just makes no sense. You got guys that follow LeBron wherever LeBron go. You got guys that follow, T-Mac wherever you want, Iverson. And I like those individual players. But guess what? Without the rainy days, the sunny days don't feel that good. So if you skipping all the rainy days, you skipping from this team to that team to this team to that team to this team to that team, like, how can you really call yourself a favorite fan? I'm not mad at people who got multiple favorite teams. I mean, but I ain't skipping. I've been a Lions fan since I came out the womb, and until I ride out the casket, I'm gonna be a Lions fan, and that's just the way it is, and I can't help it. But a little bit on Patricia. I kind of spoke on it earlier, so I'm not gonna harp on it. Him and Bob Quinn should be fired. They should be notified. In 4 weeks I can wait. But it's nothing that Bob Quinn can do because once again, start off with him, he fucked up. All his offensive linemen except for Glasgow and Ragnar, he messed up. Lang, he messed up on that. Wagner, he messed up on that. Taylor Decker, he messed up on that. He missed out on Kamara, Kareem Hunt. But the most important thing, he could have had successful backs if he would have fixed the problem up front. And then again, you look at the other side of the football. You know, when Nada left, he had no replacement. Now, Damon Harrison, you extended 1 year, but he old. So really, amongst your front line, you're really riding with Trey Flowers and Deshaun Hen. That's not a bad start. But then again, you need another defensive tackle that's gonna plug the run. You need another outside rusher that can complement Trey Flowers. Because we seen today, even with Khalil Mack, he can't anchor a line by himself in this league. Because I can chip him, I can double him, or I can just throw screen passes over his head. So in today's league, you need bookends. You know what I'm saying? And you need good interior. And then your linebackers got to be good. Jared Davis, the experiment over with Florida players. Jared and Tease Tabor, Jared should be out the door after him. If you feel that Tavai can handle the load, so be it. But the linebacker core got to improve. All right. The DBs, they cool, but you don't know how good the DBs are because your front seven you don't get pressure. You don't try to design pressure. So, I'm absolutely ready to fire Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn. All right, if they stay on, I'm numb to it. It doesn't matter. I seen us give Martin Mayhew a raise after give him promotion after going 0-16. So it really doesn't bother me either which way. If they keep him, they keep him. You know what I'm saying? If they can fire him, they fire him. Hopefully they can really find a replacement. But if you tell me in another year or two that Martha Ford is, gonna get out the way or they gonna sell the team, well, I'm in favor of keeping Bob Quinn and Patricia for the interim. And then when the new owner come, he ain't got to worry about paying Bob Quinn, Matt Patricia, and then another general manager coach that he don't want there. So, if you tell me in the next year or two that we're gonna get a fresh start, I don't mind riding out with Patricia and Bob for another year or two. But if you tell me that they can get the hire right and the Force can keep the team anyway, we'll see. But Matt Patricia is like any other Patriot coach. Bill O'Brien, he should be fired at the end of the year. Romeo Cornell, he didn't do much. Charlie Weiss, as a head coach, he didn't do much in college. Josh McDaniels didn't do much, and Brian Flores don't look to do much. Mike Vrabel, I don't know if he coached with New England, but he came from there. He's doing a good job in Tennessee though. But just going into the offseason, the number one problem with the Lions is the running game. Okay, that's the number one problem. If they can find some linemen that can push the line and create some holes, and they can find the electric running back, that's the problem. But hey, we're gonna have to wait and see. Let me know what you guys think. Appreciate the love, support. Hopefully Hockenson get better. But other than that, we eliminated, and it's time to fire Patricia and Bob Quinn. All right, in my opinion. Motor City Sports Talk. Hit the subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Want to make a donation, link subscription. Best way to donate is share the video. Appreciate it. Check out the channel out for more sports, music, and entertainment and current news. It's at Goodfellas Sports TV on YouTube. Appreciate that love, support. We gone.